All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your SimCFI. I hope everyone's doing fine, and thank you for stopping by. Today we'll be taking another look at the Boeing 737 MAX by IFLY Simulations, and we have another cool piece of kit we'll be using today. Oh, I might get live up there, but we'll be using the ProDesk Sim 737 pack. Let me show you here. So on the right side, you get your Moza yoke. And on your left side, in the horizontal stream, we have the ProDesk Sim 737. I will be making a video on these. But keep in mind, if you guys want to get your own, you can save 10% with code YourSimCFI on the ProDesk Sim website. And it features the toggle buttons, the auto disconnect, spoilers with the arm position, and the flap, which has the pull feature as well. So pretty cool little thing there. And again, all the links in the description, guys, will all be in the description down below. Our brand new partner of the channel is Pimax, and you guys can save 3% on Pimax, which equals to about $50 with code CFI there. And again, all the channels or all the discounts are down below, so feel free to stop down there and take a look at what we have to offer in terms of discounts with things. Just going to quickly get myself on VATSIM here. We're operating American 1067, which is Charlotte to Miami, and it's actually on a MAX, which is kind of strange. I'm actually doing a real world flight here for once. There we go. There we go. We should be... Oh, no. Stand by. Gotta find this giant laundry list of 737s. There it is. Alright. We're now connected. But yeah, thank you guys for all stopping by. We're already getting boarded by GSX and everything's going well. We have an auto ATC already, which basically says there's no one online. We're streaming in 2 streams today, a vertical stream and a horizontal stream. So if you guys are on the horizontal, please press a like and subscribe and comment, do all that stuff. And same with the vertical, like, comment, subscribe. We will be about 2 hours or so en route. The other hardware I'm using is the PU Air Korea. Let me show you guys here. The camera, the PU Air Korea PLTB, which is a 737 light panel, and then the Winwing PAP3, which is a Winwing 737 MCP. We'll have more on the Winwing PAP3 to come shortly once I can disclose. We'll have more stuff coming shortly. Go ahead and hide that again. Joey Curtis, welcome. Is this aircraft more fun to fly than the CRJ? I don't know. I've never flown rear world. It has an auto throttle and auto brakes and that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit more automation in terms of flying it. But I'm not sure. I'm sure it's still fun. It's probably, you could probably still make it hands-on. That's what makes the RJ fun, is the the destinations sometimes you go to are, you know, short runways. You have no auto land, no auto brake, no auto throttle. The only thing that the RJ does for you on landing that's automatic is deploy the spoiler. So that's about it. But I've heard from guys it's fun to fly. There's no ICAS, so it makes failure recognition a bit interesting in real world stuff. But yeah, it's probably pretty fun to fly. 810, welcome. What's going on? Hope you are enjoying your day so far. And I just realized we're boarding people and it's completely cold and dark in here. So why don't we go ahead and get some power on here? I did it more for the looks. We'll connect our ground power. And we'll go ahead and throw the battery switch. Oh, there we go. Throw the battery switch on. That should be set to bat. We got a min of 28 volts. We're showing 31. We'll set this to ground power and we will go ahead and select our ground power on. So it's all looking good. And now everything's kind of coming alive shortly. We're going to go up here, Throw our ISs on. I think you're supposed to do one at a time, wait for the on DC light, but we're just going to do it quicker. Come down to the FMC, position, next page, grab the GPS, previous page, and we can throw it right in there. And then we can go index. Nope, too many indexes. Oh no, it's just root. There we go. And I don't think I have it working, but we're going to try to request a root. But I don't think I have it working still with SimBrief just yet. On the vertical stream, Anthony, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I got soccer game tomorrow. Hopefully I'm defense. Okay, well, hopefully you are. Oh, root uplink ready. That's pretty cool. Loading. I used to play soccer a long time ago. There you go. Charlotte to Miami. It has it preloaded. That's awesome. We're American 1067. I can go in there. Pretty sweet. And we'll go over to this little tablet and we'll see menu, performance, weight and balance. So I still don't know how to copy my data from SimBrief over to this. So I'm just going to type it in manually here. Passengers, we're going to have... Let's see. Like 158. I'll set that. Cargo. Oh, it went back to kilos. I swear I changed that. I hate kilograms. It's probably panel style. General. Yes. Always. Thank you. Performance. There we go. Now we're in pounds. We'll set that. Fuel. We need to have a planned ramp of 14.5. I'll give myself a tiny bit extra. We'll do 14.8. And we'll set the fuel. 14.8. That's all perfect. Sweet. We'll go back down to the FMS here. Actually, let's go over and make sure everything kind of set up the way we want it for the most part here. Check our status of our alignment. We got 6 minutes left in the alignment there. And from top to bottom, left to right, everything's looking pretty much the way we need it to be from what I know. Turn the galley service on. That's looking good up there. Go ahead and arm the emergency lights. Oop, there we go. We're finished fueling. We can go to throw the belts on. And doors are still open. That's fine. And people are probably getting hot, so why don't we go ahead and start the APU. We're finished fueling, so we can go ahead and start the APU now. We're going up to flight level 340. And it sets it for you automatically, which is kind of nice, so that's pretty good. It's in auto mode. And everything else up there, the light is set to steady. And we are good to go up there. All right, let's get the rest of this figured out. I'll go back to chat here for a second. Fly with Lotto. Hey, welcome. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you, or not thank you, but I'm glad you got your PC working again. And yeah, just kind of missed it a little bit there on TikTok. So hopefully it's all running smooth. What kind of specs did you get? Don't you guys use KGs? Not in the RJ. And I personally hate it as well. Surprising there's no SimBrief import for the EFP. I think there is, Mo. I just don't know how to do it. And I haven't taken the time to learn it. Yeah, everyone please like and subscribe. What A10 said, please. We got 49 of you guys in the vertical stream. I really appreciate you guys all stopping in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. If you guys subscribe, you're able to comment as well. So comment what you guys want, and I will respond. If you guys don't know, I do fly in real world. I'm a CRJ first officer. So if you have questions on flying in real life, or how to get started, or even some instructor questions, stuff like that, feel free to throw them my way. We're going to go on Navigraph. Quickly gonna get the weather for Miami, or actually if we're in Charlotte. And it's, let's see, the ATIS, they're using only 18 left and 18 center for departure. We'll probably go ahead and use 18 center. It's just a quicker taxi, so let's see what they're using real life real quick. While look, I'll give you guys this outside view of this beautiful Max here. Actually, the APU's online real quick. Let me go get air on for these people before they start complaining it's too hot. Should have turned that pump on. We'll go left gen, right gen. The ground power has been disconnected off the gens. The isolation valve's open. Throw the APU bleed on, and we're gonna set it to cold. It's really hot here in Charlotte. Get that temperature starting to work back. So Charlotte, they are departing 18 center and 18 left, so we can choose whatever one we want. We're going to take 18 left, it's just quicker. So departure, and we're taking 18 center. Departure is the Icons 5. Icons 5 with the Nooks transition. That all makes sense. Departure arrival. I'm not going to put in my approach just yet, but I'm going to put in my arrival. We're doing the Kestel 3, and that's via Durble. All right, we'll activate and execute that. The rest of the route should be plugged in here as well. Make sure it's written out the right same way here. Yes, it is. Perfect. I'm getting great performance on both sims. I have not changed anything or even messed with DLSS. Nice. That's awesome to hear. What car did you get? Like a 5080 or something? I'm having to run. I'm having to use auto FPS. I'm trying to not use it now, but we'll see how well that goes for right now. But it's actually performing pretty well. Later, by the way, guys, after this stream and a tiny break, I'll be streaming a very quick little turn with the Flight FX Citation, a little jet that I've grown to love. So we'll be doing that shortly as well. Novix, hey, welcome. I'm doing fine. How are you, my friend? Thank you for subscribing. By the way, guys, we have a subscriber count going at the top right corner of your screen. I don't know how, but we've reached 89 subscribers. The subscribers have been going nuts recently. The goal is to hit 10,000 by the end of September. So if we can get to 40 or 8,500 tonight, that'd be pretty cool by the end of the 2 streams today. We'll hit route performance, and let's go ahead and copy over our zero fuel weight. Let's just verify that's actually correct. I've noticed sometimes it isn't correct. Zero fuel weight is 140.6, 140.9 is what they got plugged in there. That's okay. We'll be a little conservative. A little extra weight never hurt anybody if you plan for it. Our reserve fuel via the flight plan says 2.1. Now, I noticed people, I don't know if this is a Boeing thing, but I noticed people add reserve on top of their alternate. Those are 2 separate fuel numbers. Alternate fuel is the fuel you're using from your destination to get to your alternate. But reserve is a legal minimum of a jet extra 30 minutes. So, depends on, I guess, the plane, maybe it's logic, but reserve and alternate fuel are 2 completely different things. Our burn is going to be 7.9. And our cost index, 15. It's been preloaded. Cruise wind. Let's see here. 215 at 17. It's not much, actually. Don't know if, know if that's right. That insufficient fuel always comes up and then we take off and it goes away, so I don't know. And then IC deviation is 11 degrees Celsius. We'll execute that. All right, that's looking pretty good. N1 limits. Let's go over here to the takeoff performance and we'll press complete. What are you guys saying in the chat over here? I got the 5090. That's insane, Lotto. How did you get the Max in 24? Did you just copy and paste? No, Lotto, you just go to the iFly installer and click at the top left. It says 2020. Just click it to 24 and then just install it. It works actually quite well. It's not like 1,000,000% compatible, and they've said them themselves, but it's pretty close. Like I haven't really found many issues really, but it's all through the iFly installer. I got the 5090 is insane. You have to let me know how that is. I think to get a 50, I think the 5090 costs my entire PC, and I have a 4080 in this thing. You will be at 10K way before that. Congrats on the growth, my friend. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. You're definitely a big inspiration to help with that for sure. If you guys don't know, Fly with Lotto is a YouTube as well, but go check him out on Instagram and on TikTok. You've probably seen his videos and don't know it's him, but go check out Fly with Lotto. Tons and tons of really cool cinematic videos, and he started streaming on TikTok now as well. FMC reserve typically alternate plus 45-minute burn, may vary by company. Yeah, maybe it does vary by company, because in at least where I am, legally the entire country, you need minimum of 30-minute jet. So it might change, because alternate and reserve are two different things at my company. Reserve is typically alternate burn plus the 45, so you guys add it together on a 7.3. Okay, yeah, it's different than what we would do, at least in terms of terminology. We can go back here. So that means 4.9. Nope, not there. There you go. Execute that. Let's go back here. N1 limits we're doing. So airport is going to be Charlotte, of course. Okay, please, thank you. CLT. I don't like this keyboard. We'll search. Found it. Hopefully it found it. All right, thrust required, or not required, but we'll leave that for the time being. 18 center, conditions dry. We'll have air conditioning on, anti-ice off. Flap config will be optimum. Is there an optimum setting, or can I leave it like that? I guess I got to pick one. We'll do flap 1. Or do a takeoff 1. The wind was... Let me get it again. I completely forgot what the wind was. Charlotte weather. Let's get the ATIS actually, not the METAR. So it's 210 at 4 knots. Very, very, very light wind. 210 at 4. It's temperature wise 26 degrees Celsius. 26C. And then the QNH, the altimeter setting, is 3004. Perfect. We'll plug that in. I'm going to leave this on... No, I can't, eh? All right, we'll leave it on takeoff 1. Calculate. Don't know why I can click that. But anyways, we have flap 1, our XL height of 1,500 feet with a trim of 5.98. V1 on 150, 51, 58. And we have a select temp of 38, which brings us to an N1 of 83.5. Let's go ahead and set all this stuff up in here. So takeoff 1, a flex of 38, which should spit out 85.3. We got 85.3, right on the money. Now, again, don't know about the 7.3, but at least in the RJ world, if we're flexing, we can't be, our reduced thrust number cannot be less than our ACARS number. So it says 85.3 here. If this FMS spit out a smaller number, I'd have to bump up this number, and the way to do that was pick a less temperature. And notice we went up at 86. So that's fine. In the sim, I think it's always going to work, but real world kind of changes sometimes. Takeoff will be flap 1, and our CG has been preset 5.99. I call for 5.98. It's close enough. 49, 50, Oh, that didn't work. We're going to plug in what the iPad said. 50, 51, 58. That's all been set up. So that is all complete. Index. Actually, no, route. I will route copy just so I have a secondary flight plan in case I need it for later. I'll get your comments and then we're going to set up the MCP together, guys. So I'll bring you outside. Yeah, no worries, Otto, of course. 5, welcome. We're flying the Max. We're still boarding, actually. We're flying from the Max from Charlotte to Miami. This is American 1067. And after this stream, we will be flying the Flight FX Citation. Absolutely amazing airplane, by the way, Lotto. If you haven't tried that Citation, really, really cool. The best one, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for commenting. We got 65 of you guys in the vertical stream and 14 on the horizontal. If you guys can hit that likes. By the way, guys, if you guys want to check out any of the discount codes we offer here at this channel, go to the description, take a look down below, and you can save money on Pimax, VR, PU Air Korea Tech, ProDesk Sim. PU Air Korea, by the way, the code expires on September 26th. You can save money on Contrail. Anything you buy on the Contrail shop, you can save 10% with our code down in the description, AF8-8529. And then Tobii Eye Tracker as well. So tons of discounts if you guys are looking to buy anything. Yeah, dude, you need to get it. A lot of just contact them. They're nice guys. They'll probably give you one to showcase. It is amazing. One of the best flight models I've tried. The Max and that have one of the best I've tried in my opinion. All right, let's set up this MCP, and I will go ahead and bring up the camera for this so you guys can see. So right now we're looking at, these are the ProDesk Sims 737 throttles. But we're going to bring you up here. I got to get like 5 more cameras to make all this possible. This is the Winwing PAP3 and the PU Air Korea PLT-B that we're using right now for the lighting. So let's go ahead and just make these a little bit brighter because it kind of just looks cool. There you go. All right, so we have 58 as our V2, so we'll do 168. V2 plus 10. Our heading 18 center. Let's see what the heading will be in the courses, all that stuff. 183. Really, really nice, satisfying clicks. I went all the way around. 183. I'm not going to set the courses. I can't be bothered to do that. We're on our nav departure anyways. And let's see. Charlotte off 18 center. It's up to 8,000 feet. 8,000 set. We can turn the left flight director on, the right flight director on, the auto throttle arm. Notice the auto throttle switch stays armed. And that is, let me bring you a little closer. And that is because a Winwing has went ahead and sent me the PAP3 with the additional magnetic switch. So the switch stays magnetically pulled up, and then as soon as I click my auto throttle disconnect button on my throttle here, I don't know why you can't see it. Oh, because I'm not looking at the right one. Auto throttle disconnect right here. When I click that, watch this switch here. Pretty cool, huh? So press it back up, leave it up there for the time being, and I'll bring you guys back over there. Our MCP has basically been set up, and we will go ahead and press LNAV VNAV, and we are good to go. Verify it says ARM LNAV VNAV in the PFD over here as well at the top. We're good to go up there. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the started. Let's go ahead and throw our fuel pumps on. Let's go ahead and throw our window heats on. We'll leave the probes off for the time being. That's all set the way we kind of need it. We'll kind of make it back to auto as it's probably pretty cold back there now. You know what? I'm a dum-dum. I didn't even turn on our packs. I'm thinking this is CRJ or their packs are automatic. There's a rush of air. Everyone's just crazy hot in the back. There you go. We'll check your comments for a second here. AJ, welcome. Did you get the auto throttle mag switch version PAP? Yes, I did. Yeah. You got your answer. Yeah, no, the PAP 3 with the magnetic switch is really cool. Anthony on the vertical stream says, what is your favorite PR Korea product? My favorite product from them is this guy right here. This is the PU Air Korea CDU version 2 with the hot swappable faceplate. Faceplate just comes right off, so I got a cord in the way. And it is actually currently set to the 737. The problem is, to get this to work, the airplane needs the ability to pop out a window. And with the Max, even if you press Alt and the thing here, the magnifying glass doesn't come up, and you can't pop the window to drag it over there. So I can't use it for the Max, unfortunately. But this is my favorite one that they offer. There you go. Bring you back for the throttles there. Alrighty, so let's get our altimeter set. We'll press the B button, so it just sets it for us there. I think we're still... No, the people are not coming on anymore, so I think we're probably still doing bags or something. Oh no, they're all gone. They just didn't close the doors. Alright, cool. We can go ahead and do that. Doors. We're going to close. Close and close. Ground support, we can go ahead and get rid of the GPU, get rid of the chocks. The parking brake is set. There we go. That should be it for that. We can bring up our charts. Should be a zoom button here somewhere, I imagine. Oh, right there. It doesn't show where we are, but yeah, anyways, that's kind of useless. Put it back. I was kind of just experimenting right there. What else we got to do? We can get GSX ready for the pushback, and let's get on CTAF frequency. .CTAF KCLT 18.1. There we go. We're on CTAF now. And that should be pretty much good to go. Let's get GSX ready to push us. Give you guys a bit of a departure brief as we're waiting for GSX to kind of get ready. So, doing the Icons 5 departure, which has a speed restriction of 250 below 10,000 unless we've been assigned otherwise, then accelerate to 280 knots. So let's put that in here. VNAV climb is target 280, perfect. Has it already in there, sweet. And turbojets only, yeah. Climb via the SID. Runway 18 center. It's going to be a heading of 183 to 1260, then a heading of 183 that was assigned by ATC. We have no ATC, up to 8,000 feet. MSA is based on 3,800 feet based on the ARP VOR. And there's, I don't believe there's any noise procedure. Should be built into the SID. And, oop, wrong SID now. The engine out, we'll just say it's runway heading up to 8,000, if we can even make it that high. Consider you guys briefed. And for an avionics kind of check to make sure everything's good, we got auto throttle armed, LNAV, VNAV is armed. Our transponder will be set to 2,000 and is on now because VATSIM does a thing with it, doesn't like it. We're all set there. We don't need the VORs, although we could tune ARP as an MSA if we needed to, but it's visual basically outside, so we'll be okay. Straight back, why not? We'll just go straight back. All right, let's go ahead and use the PLTB, and I'm going to turn my anti-collision light on with the PU Air Korea PLTB. The doors are closed, the pumps are on, and the lights are on. Let's go ahead and release park brake. Let me know, guys, how the sim sounds are. Do you need them any louder, any lower? You guys let me know. We're going to go ahead and spool number 2. I don't know why I clicked that first. Thinking this is an Airbus. I'm going to spool number 2 first. Let's go ahead and do the packs off. AP loop bleeds on. The isolation valve is open. And we're grounding 2. Alright, the motoring is probably... Oh, nope, it's still motoring. Alright. There we go, motoring is over. Fuel on 2. Make sure no one's behind us here. Why can't I find that view? There we go. Guys, I really appreciate all the subscribers. We've gotten up to 8492. So 3 of you subscribed. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate you. All right, let's go back up to the front. We'll go ahead and start number 1. Keep doing that. Keep thinking there's an Airbus going on there. Grounding 1. We'll wait for the motoring to be over, guys, and then we're going to go ahead and add fuel number 1. Put these sounds up for you. Actually, I can do better than that. Let's really put these sounds up for you. Alright, I'll bring those back down. Let me know, guys, if it's too loud, too low. Alright, with that being done, let's go ahead and transfer the electrics over to the engines. Hey, Max just spawned in over there. We're also going to go ahead and let's do that. I checked something up here. There we go. We're also going to go ahead and turn on our hydraulics. We'll also put our packs back to auto, isolation valve back to auto, our APU bleed to off, our APU to off, our ignition to continuous, yaw damper on. We're going to go ahead down here and with the ProDesk Sim 737 flap handle right here. We're going to go ahead and select flap 1. There we go. Oh, I think I have to align it. No, we're flap 1. Yeah, I'll have to do some calibration with it later. It's not 100% accurate currently. What else? That's pretty much it. Flap 1 will just give you slats, by the way, guys. Just these leading edge slats that it'll give you. So we don't actually have any flaps out per se. Oh no, we do actually. It does give you a little bit. I didn't think flap 1 should give you anything. Listen to that beautiful sound. Well, I guess it does. Alright, well, we're back in flap 1. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and lock my office chair wheels here. And we'll go ahead and give you guys the camera on. There we go. Go ahead and release the parking brake. There's not really anybody here, so I'm just gonna kind of taxi. Did Boeing give the max auto thrust functionality? Auto start functionality? Boeing give the max auto start. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean when I'm clicking the when I'm clicking the switches down there? Yeah, we'll say what they did. The Boris sounds can never be too loud. Yeah, those Boris sounds are awesome, aren't they? Well, we're basically gonna go up there to Echo and then take a right, and that's basically it. Charlotte traffic, American 1067 taxiing through the ramp, Echo, short 18 center, Charlotte. Alright, well, that's pretty much it, guys. We're basically good to go. We're using our Moza yoke for... Actually, let me just make sure this works. Okay, it works now. Sometimes it doesn't work. And what I mean by that is sometimes the game doesn't load the profile for this, and the X and Y axis aren't mapped. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my vertical view as I'm taxiing here because it's not correct. Let me get more on the line, and as I'm doing that, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that view for you guys. There you go. Now the vertical guys can see better. Perfect. You guys should have told me about that. You guys got a chat. Good afternoon. Hey, welcome, Lucky. My rudder is way too sensitive, so with nobody behind me, I'm quickly going to change this because it's kind of insanely sensitive right now. Oops. I thought I had a max setting. I'm just going to go to my citation setting. It's basically the same. Yeah, that should be good. It's still sensitive, but whatever. I'm going to turn traffic and data on as I like those. It's weird. I wonder why my camera's not showing right now. Come on, OBS. Play nice with me, please. I didn't do anything today to deserve that. There we go. Good enough. It'll have to do. Alright, quickly take a look at our VATSIM to see if anyone's coming. I don't think anybody's landing. We're clear there. We're clear on the right. We're clear on the left. If you guys are members of the chat, make sure to use your flex emoji once we press these two buttons right here. Charlotte traffic, American 1067 lining up runway 18 center. Are you using Senior for Charlotte and KMIA? Yeah, I am using Senior, but it doesn't look all that good, to be honest. I'm using the FS Dream Team Charlotte. And I don't know if it loaded correctly. I don't think it did. And I'm using Latin VFR as Miami because that's all I have. Aviation 101, welcome on the Airbus, or on the vertical stream. Welcome. What livery? This is the just American Airlines livery. Give you guys a cool little view here. PlayX, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, something's telling me this is not the correct scenery. Alright guys, if you guys are members of the channel though, let's go ahead and get our lights on. Too busy talking. And our transponder TARA. There we go. Let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm telling you, this rudder is like crazy sensitive. Alright, we're gonna press our flex. I don't know why I did reverser, but... Oh, it's, you know why it does reverser? Because I don't have it mapped. So let's just press them there. Yeah, that's... Should have had that set. My fault. Alright, we got N1. Toga. Thrust set. 80 is checked. Oh, I forgot my auto brakes, didn't I? Oh well, V1, rotate. V1. We're RJ pilots, we can use our own brakes. Gear up. There's the acceleration altitude. It's going to have me nose down. All right, we're going to go flap up. Oh, a little bumpy today. Gonna give ourselves a direct here. Right, Gillens, this set and confirmed and executed. We're all nav. And we're gonna go ahead and press our autopilot engage. There it is, Command A. I'll turn these cameras back off. If you want, you can now talk about the trim. Was that what you talking about when the Moza yoke, the way you can feel the trim? Was that your comment there about that? I have a YouTube channel that I have never used. I would like to make a video at some point. Is OBS the only way to go? It's a pretty good way to go. There's 7 for 8,000. We're going to continue climbing here. VNAV alt, we're going to press VNAV alt interval. Go all the way up to our cruise altitude of 34,000. Alright, 340 is set. But yeah, OBS is definitely a good way to go because it's free and it works quite well, to be honest. So I would say go with OBS. For editing software, I would use CapCut. You will have to end up paying for it. But yeah, I'd probably use CapCut. But yeah, good luck making videos and just have fun with it, really. There's 10,000 feet. We're gonna go lights off. Let's check our pressurization. We're pressurizing, cabin altitude is climbing okay. Ignitions can come off. And we are good to go. Curious, I have the second Bravo 737 mod for the flaps. Did you get rid of the detents too? When I was using mine, it was sensing it was at flap 1 when it should have been 0. Yeah, mine just did that now. I have to, I think, calibrate where flap 0, 1, 2, 3 and all that kind of stuff is in the actual sim. And once I tell the sim where that is, I think it'll be okay. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. Cooney says, yeah, so the trim, I'm bringing the camera back up here. The trim, there's different types of feelings. So the an airliner yoke won't, or most of them, if you trim it, the actual yoke doesn't like move. What usually happens for at least the RJ and the 7.3, if you use aileron trim, it would move, but for pitch trim, it's not just going to move. However, when you're having to pull significantly up to hold level or to hold what you want, you're feeling all that pressure. That's a secondary force that you will feel, and that will tell you, hey, I'm having so much nose up pull required, let me nose up trim, and you can relieve that pressure. So yeah, no, you definitely do, depending on the profile you've set up, you definitely can feel that for sure. I'm gonna quickly go get a drink of water and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. During this flight, guys, I am going to be quickly cleaning. That's why usually I'll go fly and set my autopilot on and kind of go take care of house duties. On the vertical, sorry, on the horizontal stream, John says, I was thinking of creating a dead zone. Yeah, you're gonna have to do, I don't know what's gonna really work, maybe a curve or a dead zone or both. I'll have to do some fandangling to try to get it to work. But for sure it's worth the shot. Let me know if you find anything as well. Be sure to hit that like button, guys, as well. If you guys are just stopping in, be sure to go check down below for all our channel discounts with our partners, all the partners at the top right corner. So any of you guys you see up there, you'll use the affiliate link usually, or a discount code especially as well. It just says, I've noticed that the IFLY is a little weird on moving the F1 to F0 when I, sorry, flap 1, flap 0. When I move to flap 0, I end up having to wiggle the lever slightly, and then the sim moves the lever into 0. Yeah, I do that too. I hope the rest of them are kind of figured out. We'll see how the rest do when we have to go on the landing there later on. Thanks. For me, it's an important argument to buy the Moza yoke. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I think Cooney, I think most force feedback yokes will give that to you depending on their software, but don't quote me on that. But I think most will do that depending on how the software is set up and how your profile for that airplane's been set up. Go ahead and realign our heading indicator there. Pass the transition altitude, we'll go press standard on all our altimeters. The right side is synced with the left for some reason, so we'll keep it like that. And we say we'll go belts off, or auto. It's been relatively smooth. Oh, I forgot our probes too, look at that. Rear wheel pilot. Yeah, obviously guys, rear wheel user checklist, but... I'm actually super excited for the citation stream. I love that airplane, and I hope you guys like it too. How did I met you in the full flap simulation stream? I've started watching your CRJ masterclass. It's my dream plane to fly rear world. Currently working on instrument and loving it. Have you ever flown the Cleveland? Yeah, so that's, first of all, that's awesome. Thanks for jumping in from the full flap stream. Full flap is it seems like a cool guy. I'd like to actually do some more flying alongside with him. Maybe we can stream together or something. So thank you for stopping by. And I hope you're enjoying the tutorials as well. They're a little old now, but I probably have to do some touch-ups, but the information is still valid. I just can make it look a bit nicer. And yes, I have flown to Cleveland, maybe about only 2 or 3 times, not too many times, but I have been to Cleveland. We brought the RJ over there. What makes you love the RJ so much that you want it to fly? Most people don't actually want to fly the RJ when you, at least from the sim world. They usually want 777 or that kind of stuff. Performance for some reason is getting a little worse. I don't know why. I'm going to turn on auto FPS and see if that helps out. Lorbee's axis and O's works great for the tuning controls. Yeah, I'm more of a Moby flight kind of guy. I've heard of axis and O's. I just don't want to have like so many things running. I already have like a million things running in the background. I like to limit as possible. If I could do it in-house in the sim, I'd rather do that personally, but we shall see. Did you ever have the Honeycomb Alpha? I'd like to hear about... so I've never had the Alpha, but I've tried it many times at friends' houses and things, and in store. The thing I don't like about the Honeycomb Alpha is the force, not force feedback, but the force required. So let me go ahead and bring my camera up. Why did it do that? Back, but that's not even the right camera. But anyways, on the Honeycomb Alpha, what I noticed is the roll is crazy sensitive and loose, and then the pitch is like crazy strong. And that just throws me off the Alpha immediately, because no airplane flies like that, where you have one force that's just like you can move with a pinky, and then the other force you gotta like really dig into it. That just doesn't make sense physically. As you get faster, all the control surfaces in like those kind of G airplanes are all going to start stiffening up, because it's you know, there's more airflow, so it takes more force to counteract that airflow. So I just hated the Honeycomb Alpha yoke for that part of it. However, build quality from friends who own it, I've heard are very strong, and they last a long time apparently. So that's what I'd say about that. I've never owned it, but I've heard build quality is really good. I just hate the way it flies. That's my personal opinion though. Not that it's a bad yoke, I just don't like It just doesn't feel real to me. I love the fact that you don't have VNAV necessarily and no auto throttle. I enjoy flying the airplane and feel personally the CRJ is rewarding. Yeah, the CRJ is a very rewarding airplane, and if you can fly an RJ, you know, especially hand fly it and get a visual reference, flight directors off, all that kind of stuff. Do like the River Visual, the RNAV X into 31, or even an RNAV approach with no VNAV and all that. If you can do all that kind of stuff, you can basically learn any other airplane for the most part. Any other modern airplane. Like, you obviously can't just step into a 747 Classic and know what you're doing, but if you go into a triple, you'll still learn some stuff, obviously, but there's a lot more automation. It's basically learning how things are going to automate things for you. The CRJ, though, the 900 specifically, and the 557 900,000 are all way more advanced than the 37 on the ground perspective, just because of the automatic pack switchover, the automatic electric switching. I don't have to manually turn my gens on, do all this kind of stuff in the RJ. It's all auto. But when it comes to flying, the 37 is more automated in the flying perspective. Like, I forgot to arm my auto brakes, which doesn't actually happen often, but I forgot to arm my auto brakes because in the RJ we don't have them, so I just, you know, whatever, reject, thrust idle, full reverse, and use your feet. So he has built the flap lever setting you can adjust to. Okay, that might be a good idea to check it out. Did you ever have the... I read that one. Almost everything is space age technology after flying the CRJ. Yeah, exactly. You guys have LCD screens? Actually, to be fair, our next gen, our 900 NGs do have VNAV, couple of VNAV, and it does have a CRT display. Or no, it does have LCD displays. The older ones have CRTs. Well, I appreciate all you guys stopping by in the vertical chat and the horizontal chat. Be sure to go ahead and press that subscribe button if you want to see more. We also posted some new videos on our channel, a video on how to hold, how to properly set up for a hold, our Moza review, and some other cool stuff like my Microsoft Flight Sim settings. So be sure to go check out all those things that's going on the channel. And also, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and make some food / clean after this level off here. It's 33 for 34,000 feet. We're currently have 1752 is when we're going to be there. So we're going to be there in about an hour. So I'll probably be back in about 20 minutes, guys. And we will carry on from there. Fun fact, back in the day when Southwest flew mix of NG and Classics, they didn't let their pilots use auto throttle or VNAV because the Classics didn't have those installed. That's hilarious. Really? The Classic? I mean, maybe they didn't buy it as an option, I guess, because I think the Classic does have it. That's funny, though. Yeah, it was quite tough when my airline operated the 200, the 900, and the 900 NG, because you had to know, like, 3 different procedures. And the 200 is way different. 900 NG is not bad at all, but 200 to 900 NG is like just a huge difference in how you operate them. Yeah, you guys have control. We're flight level 340, Mach 0.77, and we're already checked in with every single ATC ever. Your control. I'll be back, guys, in about 20 minutes. We'll see you back here, landing in about an hour. guys. I'm back for a quick second just to check if I got to contact me, which I didn't. Joey says, have you completely switched over to Microsoft 2024, or how do you like it? Yeah, so I actually just deleted and uninstalled 2020. So I will be exclusively flying 24. Once I saw that Bluebird is bringing their 757 from 2020 and 24, I said, okay, well, there's no reason for 2020, so I cleared up all that space. And yeah, so we're going to be exclusively on 24 for the rest of the time until we get a new one. Good question, Joey. The Aviator, welcome. Hey, thanks for watching. We're just on a bit of a break, and I like to do chores during flights, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of that, making some egg salad and getting my kitchen all clean and laundry and all that great stuff, and packing for my next trip. And yeah, so we're just cruising here at 34,000 feet. We've got another basically 45 minutes to go or so. So we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. We'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, I am back with you live. We're just gonna get this descent on going, and I gotta make some egg salad. We're descending via the Castle 3. Looks like the lowest point for us is, let's get our weather. There's no ATIS, it's full IFR. Thunderstorms and everything, so why don't we go ahead and throw our, I don't really see anything. Let's go ahead and we are 1 subscriber away, by the way, guys, from 8,500 subscribers. For some reason, it's like getting kind of choppy, laggy. I don't know why. Yeah, it was doing fine earlier. I don't know why it's getting all choppy now. Anyways, we're gonna go down here. So it is 240 at 8. 240 at 8. We're probably gonna use a 2 6s or 2 7s. Last time we went in here, it was 30. Let's see what they're using real world here. Two 6 left is what they're using, so we'll use that. Departure arrival. So in that case, we're going down to most likely 6,000 feet. So we're going to set up 6,000 feet in our alt selector. And we're still in VNAV mode, so we're all good to go. 6,000 feet is set. Top percent is approaching shortly. Arrival. ILS 26 left. We'll take it via roads. We'll execute that. Awesome, that's all been set. Let's go to our zero fuel. It was 160.9. 160.9 plus 6.7. We'll call it 167. Actually 168. So we'll go to inref. That doesn't make sense. Did I get that wrong? Inref, index, perf. Oh, it was 140.9, so it would be one. Okay. Index, perf. 147. Flat 30. Throw that in there. Because it's a thunderstorm, I'm going to go +7. We'll add that in there. There is no shear or gust just yet, but we'll see if anything gets added. We'll go ahead and add as needed there with half the gust factor. That's all been set. Auto brakes will set to number 3 setting. And then our ILSs will be 1091. Set that on number 2 side, 1091. Up to the top in the hold, we're going to the DHP VOR. We'll be navigating through that, so it's 113.9. case we need it. There we go. Yeah, the performance has just dramatically dropped off. I don't know why. I'm gonna turn on... Oh. Let's see if that works, actually. See if quick CPU can help me out here. I don't know why the performance is tanked. Raid, hey, welcome. It's Chores. Def doing controlled rest. Yeah, exactly. Good old Florida weather, yeah. So I'll read you guys the weather. It's not the greatest of weather, but we'll make it in. Should make it in, hopefully, here. Miami, weather is 2 mile viz, heavy thunderstorm, heavy rain, and thunderstorm. Few clouds at 600, broken CBs at 2,000, overcast 5,500. Our alternate today, in case we need it, which we might need it, is going to be RSW, which I don't really know where that is. Let me find where that is real quick. It has a burn time to get to the alternate. We're burning 2,800 pounds of gas. This makes, if we're in Miami, our minimum gas is 5,000. Let's see what we're going to predict to be there with. We're predicting to be there with 6,700. So we have an extra 1,700 pounds of gas if we go miss. So we can maybe try again. But if we hit 5,000 pounds on the fuel, we're going straight to KRSW. Let's do Route 2. Let's do Miami to KRSW. I'm just going to have this kind of preset and ready to go. This is Route 2. We're going to plug in the Route 2. I don't know why it has this fly departure. We're not going to do that. But we're going to go direct to Merck's. Or Merck's. And then direct RSW, VOR, and then direct to the airport. VOR is... Actually, I'll change that. We're going to do just KSW. There we go. That way we have some sort of a plan. If we have to go miss and we're low on fuel, we'll just start to go direct Merck's. And we'll plan for that. So we've already started our initial descent, which, Reed, if you're watching, the Airbus doesn't do this. See that? You just leave it in VNAV, and as soon as it hits top of descent, it just starts to descend, almost like the Airbus should do that. Oh, dynamic settings are on. Maybe that's just what screwed up my... I think that was screwing up my stuff with auto FPS. Let me bring up auto FPS again. Plane, welcome. Thanks for jumping in the vertical stream. Appreciate it. Guys, we have hit 8,500 subs. We finally hit 85. We're halfway to 9. Only 1,500 more to 10. And the goal is 10,000 subs by the end of September. I think we'll make it. There we go. That's a little better. Still a bit laggy, but... Alright guys, we're basically all set up for this ILS approach. Gonna get my view kind of set up a bit better. There we go. Yep, I know. I'm gonna go ahead and give the get everybody seated early, just because it's gonna get probably pretty bumpy, and I'm gonna go finish my egg salad as we descend on into a storm here. Let's go ahead and turn our weather radar on. Turn our gain up a little bit. Don't see anything just yet, so we'll keep on trucking on here. Yeah, I don't know why the stuttering's happening, but that's okay. All right, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to get flight recorder all started, which is probably going to lag my game even more. We're not going to press record just yet, just going to have it running in the background for the time being. I'm going to close everything that I'm not using, like Steam and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit in performance. And I'm going to get the cameras all turned on here. Well, that's why my 7.3 felt weird. I didn't have my preset set there. Let's do that. There we go. That's probably going to fly a bit better. And we'll set camera on. Camera on. And we're going to arm the spoiler here. But I'm going to give you guys the Winwing PAP 3 cam and the PU Air Korea PLTB there. We're just entering into the start of the tops here. It's 18 degrees, no need for the anti-ice just yet. Try returning on dynamic settings here. There we go. Lock my office chair wheels so I can use my pedals without slipping and sliding. There we go. Let's tune into Miami's traffic here. .CTAF KMIA 18.3. There's no one controlling Miami right now, so kind of just on our own. Drag required. Go ahead and add some spoiler in there. Go back to Route 1. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Sorry, I just keep changing these settings on it because with dynamic settings running. There we go.
Mid-American Transatlantic 7 turning final runway 30 about 7 miles south. Miami traffic.
There we go, that should be better. I had my CPU core parking in a different setting. Hopefully that makes this run a little bit smoother. It's adding thrust, so I'm going to get rid of our spoiler. Gonna make sure this does work. Yep, there we go. I tested it earlier just to make sure my auto throw disconnect works. We need below 13,000 there. It's gonna make that no problem. Nicely decelerating for 250 knots. Weather radar is not really showing much of anything, but I don't really trust it in the sim, to be honest. But everything's kind of out here is kind of white and fluffy. We're looking for the dark and full of rain clouds are a little worse. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with this lag. It just started randomly, kind of near departure. Try reducing my camera down to 1920 by 1080. Maybe that'll help out a little bit, but it's been running fine. Do you know if any sorry, let me read this. Have your word lost this frames yet? No, I don't like that kind of stuff. I have a 40 series card, so I shouldn't need it. I just have to do some. It's sometimes if I do stuff on my PC and then start streaming, I doesn't work. I need to completely restart. And that usually makes usually makes everything kind of work. Adam says, I always wondered what keeps aeropilots doing flight simulator on their free time. Most jobs, yeah, so a lot of pilots don't like doing this. There's very few that do enjoy flight sim. I think if you got into flying because of flight sim, you're going to continue doing it. Or if you just love aviation and you never heard of flight sim before, most people I've flown with people that don't like flying. so there's you definitely have a mixed bag when it comes to that kind of stuff. All right, coming up through 10,000 here shortly. We're going through our turn off and taxi lights all on. I know they probably do the landing lights in the 7.3, but I'm not going to because that's not what we do in the RJ, and I don't want to mess up. So I'm gonna keep it 7.3-ish style here, or RJ style-ish here. Do you know if any coworkers also sim? There's a few. I actually fly with the co-founder of FS EXPO. I flew with him many times, and we chat about Expo and all that kind of stuff. Efficiency reasons too. Yeah, it does. To me, it's a cheat code to have a sim at home. As long as you're using it correctly, you can even be flying a 727 doing an NDB approach, and I find that even helps me with situational awareness and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to fly your airplane even, and I find it helps. But that's me. A lot of people don't want to do this at home. They go to work, they fly, they come home, they don't want to fly. If you guys are new to the channel though, be sure to check out the discounts in the bottom, in the description down there.
And American 25 vacated runway 30 taxiing to the Delta 3.
Miami traffic, American 1067, approximately 25 to the north of the field, 9,000, setting 6,000. We very extended right base from 26 left. We'll call on final. All right, guys, we're gonna go heading mode. Roughly about there. Heading mode, and we're in the soup now. It's let's go ahead and do continuous ignition, as we need it anyways in this airplane. And we're gonna go to the legs page. And the start of the approach, we'll start it from side end, put it to the top. The approach course is 272. And that looks good. We'll execute that. Continue on descending to 3,000 feet. Flight level change. Let's add some spoiler in here to help it out. I decided we need to be at 4,000 feet. We're going to cut this corner in a little bit. You see Miami appearing on the right hand side there. Go ahead and start slowing up a little bit. Vertical speed 1300. Once I get settled into my career, I'm nursing. I want to get my PPL. Hey, man. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy what you currently do. But yeah, if you get your PPL, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it as well. We're gonna go ahead and press the approach button. We're gonna arm Loc 2 glide slope arm. What is the message you got for me there? Runway approach course. Oh, I always do that. I always forget to set it in here in the course section. So my arm is blocking. Course 272. 272. I don't know why it says glide slope capture. We're not going to do that. Go Off, vertical speed, keep going down to 1500 a minute. We'll arm into a second. Flaps 2. Look captured. I'm gonna keep descending on down so we can capture that glide slope. It's 4,000 for 3,000. I'm gonna go press approach. Oh, kicks it off. Why'd you kick off? There you go. BR loc glide slope arm. I don't know why this doesn't stay green. That should be staying green. That's weird. Alright, well, review our loc captured and glide slope captured as well. We're gonna go gear down. Flap 15. Once we get a little bit slower here. And we're gonna get rid of all our spoilers and arm them up. Miami traffic, it's American 1067, 10 mile final, 26 left. Go ahead and sync that up. We'll select autopilot 2 as well. Or not. I think there's something fundamentally broken here. We're going to flap 15. Off. On. Alright. Yeah, I can't disable any of these modes. Yeah, it seems like the flaps are a little, my what's it called? Proto Sim flap setting doesn't actually agree with, like if I put it in 15, it does 25. If I put it in 30, it doesn't move at all. There we go, there's 30. At the gear down 3 green, flap 30 set and indicating our lights. We can throw those on now as well. Ignitions are on. Miami traffic, American 1067, 5 mile final, 26 left. Alright, we've captured the glide slope. We have 4,000 feet set for the mist. Is set and confirmed. Yeah, this definitely should be green right now. We're on the loc and captured the glide slope, but that should definitely be green. We're going to start our flight recorder. If you guys are members of the channel, be sure to use the butter emoji if we get one, that is. Tell your friends we're landing. Get all of them in here. Don't know why our spoilers are out. You see that? My handle's all the way in. Let's check in here real quick. Yeah, it's all the way in. That's weird. No runway in sight just yet. The airplane's kind of wishy-washy, flying kind of, the yaw is a little weird. Alright, runway's in sight. Autopilot disengage. Oh yeah, I forgot my button doesn't work. Like it should. There we go. And why not? Auto throttle disengage as well. It's kind of weird doing an auto throttle disengage with a
400.
Boeing, because you don't know where your throttles physically actually are.
300.
A little bit of stutters on final every damn time.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Oh, my rudder's crazy sensitive. Reverse. My reverse didn't work. Alright, that's okay. Skip to F2. Doesn't work either. Yeah, I guess I probably should have mapped those. I got too excited to use them and didn't map them. Gonna try to slow. There we go. We could take this left-hand turn here. Yeah, super laggy. I gotta get a new flight recorder. It's flight recorder that just lags the game out like crazy. I think it's time for new NVIDIA cache clean and a disk cleanup as well, guys. Well, I'm gonna leave the flaps all configured. I'm just gonna tell you we're clear. Miami traffic, American 1067 clear, 26 left. And I'm gonna disconnect from VATSIM. We're gonna play the replay here. The Max does not like being slewed around in replays and all this kind of thing. That was nowhere near the weather that the Metar was saying. In terms of the heavy rain part, that is. $50.90 time? Yeah, I wish. I wish. As we laggily touch down. I don't know why that nose slammed right down. I think it's a bug with the auto brakes. I'm not too sure. The FS Labs also does that too, where the brakes actuate and just like bring the nose straight down. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate it. I wonder if the parking brake was on this whole flight. I was off. That's what it feels like, though. It felt like the nose was just like it was coming down. That's it. Yeah, it's probably that. Especially break 3 or higher. Good to know. That was pretty decent, except for not having my reverse mapped. But I just got my new ProDesSim 3.7 throttles, so expect I gotta map some stuff with it. Yeah, I don't really know why it's so choppy. You don't see any of the ailerons and stuff move or anything either in these replays. Alright, we'll pause it there. I'm going to do a theory. I'm going to turn dynamic settings back off because that didn't really do much for me. Maybe I can try putting it to maximum, see what happens. Now there's some, it just needs a PC restart. I can feel that it's It just needs a PC restart, I think. Let's try going into AMD FSR3. Kind of looks a lot worse. Anyways, guys, we're going to end it on this landing. I'll probably have to do a PC restart to get everything working again. But we will see you hopefully in another, maybe in about 40 minutes or so. And I'll be flying the Flight FX Citation 3. So thank you guys all for stopping by. And we will see you in the next stream. Keep on subbing, keep on liking. I really appreciate it, guys. See ya.